Well, with that incomplete pass, that'll make it 2nd and 10. 8:04 left here in the third quarter. Ball on the 33-yard line. Bummer hands it off. The ball goes up to about the 25-yard line. So stopped right there. Actually can officially spot that on the 26-yard line. So a gain of about 7 will make it 3rd and 3.
This is Pearland's first possession in the second half, and they're actually establishing momentum right now. Something they couldn't do in the first half. It was a very sloppy game in the first half for both teams.
Indeed, it was. 7:31 is left on the clock right now. Going to take it himself and tripped up in the backfield. Great tackle there to prevent him from getting first down.
That was Peyton Opry, who actually shot through the line of scrimmage unblocked and made a great tackle for a loss. He read the play very quickly, shot the gap, and made the play.
So that'll bring up 4th and 2, and of course Pearland's going to go for it. There's the reverse, over around the corner. He's got the first down and much more. He's going to get to the end zone. That is a Pearland Oiler touchdown. There is a flag on the play, though. Looks like there's going to be holding around the 5-yard line.
That was a great play call dialed up by Pearland, Tony Heath, the head coach. And it looks like it's going to be negated because of an unfortunate holding call or illegal block by the Alvin defensive back. But it was a great play call. It was a great run. It doesn't look like it's going to stand.
No, it doesn't, and that's unfortunate. They had nothing but room there. Even without the block, it looked like he would have been able to do something, but it looks like that's gonna hurt. That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. In a situation like that, the receiver needs to know. He has to recognize that the running back has a clear path to the end zone, and he has to. The only thing he should have done in that situation is shield the defensive back. He doesn't have to be a hero in that situation. Just shield the defensive back, try to negate him from making a play as much as possible, and it would have been 6 points right there.
But as it is, probably going to keep it at 4th down. Here's the call. Whoa, that change of pace there a bit. A face mask that goes against the defense. Obviously, they're going to decline that one. That's a touchdown for Pearland. Boy, I didn't see that one coming.
Hey, I'll take that back. Actually, the receiver made a good block. And he actually did what he was supposed to do in shielding the defensive back.
Look at us attacking the wide receiver. It turns out he made a heck of a play after all. So that puts Pearland on the board with their first touchdown of this game. Actually, first touchdown by either team. 3 field goals coming into this. So it is now a 12-3 game. PAT coming. Cody Bernstein on a kick it. And there's another bad snap. Pearland having trouble with those snaps all game long. And the PAT is going to be unsuccessful. So that will keep it 12-3 with 6:47 left in the third quarter. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Welcome back into TexanLive.com. It is now a 12-3 game, and the PAT, we just witnessed a bad snap in Greg, we've been seeing bad snaps from Pearland all game long. Looks like this lead can be even bigger for them, but these snaps is just, I don't know whether it's the low snaps or the quarterback can't handle it, but either way, they're not coming together right now with these snaps, and it's costing them big.
Well, obviously, the snapper is not on the same page with the person that's receiving the snap, the kicker. And they've been having miscues the entire game. It's, it could cost their team. They really need to get this thing going right here.
So Pearland's going to be kicking off from the 45-yard line after the penalty. So they're going to pooch kick this one. Fielded around the 6-yard line, taken up around the right side. Finds a hole and gets through. Pretty good return considering where the ball was kicked from. Looked like Pearland was trying to stop them back or prevent something from happening, and it didn't work out in their favor. Good return from Alvin.
He just found him a nice lane. He hit it with the band and had a very nice return.
So it looks like there is an injury down on the field. We'll take a quick break here with 6:43 left in the third quarter. 12-3, Oilers on top of Alvin. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
Lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.
Welcome back into TexanLive.com. Mark M. Johnson along with Gregory Beatty, and we have a 12-3 game right now. An injury still down on the field, so we'll get you back to the game momentarily. But tonight, you can tune into Fox Sports Southwest after our game from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard Chen, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with all the week's football action. That's the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by TexanDrive.com. That's tonight, only on Fox Sports Southwest, 11 to midnight tonight.
Well, let's see if Alvin can get some momentum going. They've been averaging over 30 points per game, but of course they're playing a powerhouse tonight.
Yeah, Pearland coming off of a very close scare last week, of course, against Dawson. As we talked about earlier, missed extra points. Very unfortunate for Dawson, but Pearland came away with that victory after trailing late in the fourth quarter to come away and keep their undefeated record going. Probably squaring themselves off for a final showdown against Manville. Well, back to this game. There's a run. Well, no, it's a fake run. Pass completed out to the left side.
That was a nice misdirection play. The quarterback faked to the fullback. Just dumped it off to his running back for a nice gain.
Gray gets things going here and gets them a first down. Ball moved up to the 36-yard line, still in their own territory. Well, no, they're going to spot him just a yard shy, so it'll be 2nd and 1. There's a run up the middle now from Darren Phipps. Looks like he's got himself plenty of room for a first down, so the chains will now finally move. The ball spotted on the 40-yard line in Alvin territory.
Darren Phipps showed great power right there, and he hit the hole very quickly. He didn't hesitate. Once he got the ball, he just hit the hole with abandon and got a nice gain out of the play.
Gray setting up, trips on the right. There's another handoff up the middle. He's going to get good chunky yards out of that one. Not good enough for a first down, but pretty close to it, about a 5 or 6 yard pickup.
But surprisingly, on this possession, Alvin's offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. They're really giving Dawson – they're really giving the Oilers defensive line all they can handle right now.
Yeah, the Oilers have this big lead right now. Still, it's a 12-3 game once again. Now approaching 5 minutes left in the third. There's one in motion. And there's a handoff up the middle and across midfield into Pearland territory. That run was made by Lebedo, I believe, the sophomore.
It looks like Alvin, since they're controlling the line of scrimmage, they're just going to keep going back to the well until the Oilers actually make a stop.
So far, it's looking good for Alvin. Moving the ball up in Pearland territory now. Two in the backfield next to the quarterback out of the shotgun. There's a snap. He's going to hand off a double reverse, and now he's going to try to throw it. Running back, looking for room. He dodges a couple. Still on his feet and trying to make that play was Kobe Bailey. Didn't have anybody downfield, though. Good coverage in the secondary.
That play was blown up. He was actually looking downfield for number 34. And it was just great coverage by the defensive backs. They stayed home. They stayed disciplined.
Did get a yard out of that, so 2nd and 9 on the 48-yard line. Now looking downfield, he's triple covered, and he's going to overthrow him in a pick by Pearland. Coming up to the 30. Now approaching the 40, dodges a couple more. Tackled from behind. Is going to be spotted around the 43-yard line.
That looks like that was Daniel Petty on the interception. He just played his position as a free safety. Didn't let anything get behind him. Made a great play on the football, used his hands to catch the football, and actually had a good return after the catch.
You know, Greg, I'm actually surprised that he threw that big triple coverage downfield, and like you had just said, they were running the ball so well. Surprised they went away from that and did something so risky.
Right, they did a simple rollout. I think they were trying to catch Pearland's defense sleeping, and it just worked against them.
So the ball on the 43-yard line in Pearland territory is where the Oilers take over. Here's a quick pass out, and now in quickly, already in to Alvin territory. That pass is completed over to Hunter Smith.
And Hunter Smith on that play, he ran like a 12-yard comeback, and he drove the defensive back off, really got him thinking he was going to go deep, and then just simply did a simple curl in, and the ball was placed right there.
Amazing, he was so wide open on that play. Blumrick now stepping up, throwing it downfield. He's got a man. It's completed near the 10-yard line, and Pearland's got themselves a first down, and it may be 1st and goal.
That was a nice lob by the quarterback.
Cody Williams, a former Texan Live Player of the Week, with the catch, and it is indeed inside the 10-yard line. So a 1st and goal situation here for Pearland. Trying to put this game away. Play action. He's got a man, and he drops it on the 10-yard line. An incomplete pass.
I think the receiver right there, he was simply thinking about the end zone. I know he was thinking about the end zone, and he actually took his eyes off the ball. That was an easy toss and catch. If he just would have kept his concentration on the football, it would have been an easy touchdown because he had blockers out in front of him.
Yeah, Jake Orlando, probably one of those situations where you're already thinking about what you're going to be doing before you actually get the ball in your hands.
Right. He was a little antsy right there.
Wanting to put his team up. Unfortunately, doesn't work out for Pearland. 3:23 is left here in this third quarter. 12-3 lead for Pearland. They're threatening still. Here's a 2nd and goal. It's a running play, and into the end zone for another Pearland Oiler touchdown is Roland Adams.
Roland Adams showed some nice strength right there as he broke through 2 tacklers that definitely had a bead on him and could have stopped him from getting into the end zone. He showed some nice strength and some nice heart right there, getting that ball into the end zone.
Ronald Adams extends this lead, 18-3, a PAT on the way. Pearland starting to open this thing wide open now. the way they're lined up, they don't look like they want to risk another bad snap on a kick. So they're going to go for 2 here to try to make it a 20-3 game. The throw, and they're going to do it. Oh, he drops the ball, but they're going to say that he was in before the ball came loose. That pass was completed. A little redemption there for Jake Orlando as he does convert the 2-point conversion. So with 3:17 left in the third quarter, Oilers take a 20-3 lead. You're watching and listening to TexanLive.com.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Well, it is now a 20-3 game thanks to Ronald Adams' touchdown run and the 2-point conversion caught from Orlando from Blumrick. There's 3:17 left in this game. There's the kickoff. It's going to be about 2 yards deep into the end zone and not even bothering taking it out. And just kneeling on it was Jerry Dickens of Alvin.
Pearland really buckled down on that last possession. They decided to use their physical prowess and found a way to get into the end zone.
See, that definitely opens it up right now because that 2-point conversion, whereas it would have been a 2-score game, is now a 3-score game. 17-point lead.
And that definitely puts Alvin behind the 8 ball. They have to start passing the ball here if they're going to try to get back into this game because they do not want to see Pearland run away with this.
Alvin only 1 loss on the season. Might be in danger of their second if they can't pick it up here. And there's a run from them on their own 25. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
It looks like the Pearland defensive line was having none of it right there. They're just shooting the gaps. They're whipping Alvin's offensive line at the line of scrimmage, and they're daring Alvin to try to pass.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 now. Clock ticking under 3 minutes. There's a handoff. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to take it up to near the 30-yard line. Pick up a good amount of yards. So make the 3rd down conversion a little less hectic. 3rd and 5 now is what we're going to be looking at. Ball is going to be placed around the 30-yard line.
There was a read option play. Just something to take what the defense gives you. And the quarterback took it up the middle like Tim Tebow would do in his day at Florida. Got him a few yards.
Tim Tebow, who's he with now?
No one.
Nobody?
The SEC network.
Well, it's something, I suppose. Well, here's Gray rolling out, trying to make another tough completion out there to Kowalski, his intended receiver, who's going to have to go over one of the Pearland Oilers to make that, and he got his looked like he got his fingertips on that, deflected that pass away.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play. Pearland's defensive backs are all around the football. They seem like they have great team speed. I don't think they think that Alvin has any deep threat or anyone that could take the top off the defense, so they're just sitting on all the routes.
They did well on there because it is a 4th down situation for Alvin, and they're going to have to punt it away. The Yellow Jackets fail to make something happen on this drive. There's the punt, standing about the 35-yard line and taken there, going towards the outside, going to the 40, the 50. He's got a block. Still more room upside. Now he's going to be tripped up into Alvin territory around the 40-yard line as, well, it looked
Pearland's return team did a great job of setting up a wall. And the receiver, the return man, just found that wall and really got what he could out of it. That was a nice return.
So whereas I thought it looked like a timeout was taken, but All timeouts still up on the board right now, so I don't think there was an official timeout there. So Pearland with a pretty decent return there. We'll have the ball on the 40-yard line, Alvin territory with 1:47 left. They could still put some more points on the board before the end of the third here. Blumrick is going to look downfield once again. He's got a man covered deep, but he's got him. He gets away, and he's into the end zone for another Pearland Oiler touchdown. Jonathan White on that reception, and that increases the lead even bigger. Pearland certainly came out in this third quarter to play.
Jonathan White ran a post, and it was a situation where he just did not believe that Alvin's defensive back could stay with him. He just outran him. He used his athletic ability and speed, got behind the defender, lassoed the football, and got into the end zone.
Unbelievable how this has all transpired. The extra points, good snap, is up and good. That makes the score 27-3 with 1:40 left in the third quarter. You're listening to TexanLive.com, presented by Big Star Ford.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Iron Man Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
We're back here at the Rig in Pearland, Texas. Mark M. Johnson along with Gregory Beatty, and we have a 27-3 game here. I wanted to say we had a good one. We had a good one at halftime. It was it was 6-3. Pearland's taken over since then.
Pearland has definitely established their dominance. They have shown why they're 6-0 coming into this game. Alvin is trying to hang tight. They have actually been fighting, and this game is not over. They still have time. It's 1:40 left in the third. Let's see what they can muster up on this possession here.
So here we go. The kickoff taken around the 9-yard line, going up the middle, tripping up just a little bit on the 20-yard line. Now picking up some speed, headed towards the sideline. An unbelievable return, still on his feet into the Oiler territory, taking it all the way to the 41-yard line of Pearland.
That was Jeremy Dickens of Alvin. He showed some wheels right there. Once he received that football, he really got on his horse and got to moving, and that was a great return. He had some great blocking, but that was mostly him just shooting the gap, just seeing an open lane and just attacking it with vigor, and really had a great return.
So that ball is on the 41-yard line. The handoff goes nowhere, though. Didn't even... Well, maybe got a yard out of it, if anything. Clock ticking now, 1:15 in this third quarter remaining. Alvin trailing. After hanging tough for so long. Here we go, a 2nd and 9, looking to pass is Gray. He's got a man down at the 30, inside the 30-yard line and tackled immediately, but not before. It looks like Alvin can pick up a first down.
Number 15, Garrett Gray is complete.
That was a nice toss and catch. That was a great route by the receiver. He drove the defensive back off, came back and plucked the ball from the air.
Jose Medrano. 1st and 10 for Alvin.
Jose Medrano was announced as the receiver on that play. Here's trips left. Gray's going to take it himself up the middle. He's got himself about maybe a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain.
And Alvin is showing why they've come into this game 4-1. They're showing a lot of resolve on this possession. They're going to keep fighting.
I'm sure that's what the coach wants to see out of this. 19 seconds left. Gray, pass completed around the 10. He hops over one. He's into the end zone. Alvin is on the board with their first touchdown of this game.
Jose Medrano with the Alvin.
Great pitch and catch right there. Great job by the receiver of making a couple of guys miss, getting into the end zone.
Gray and Medrano hook up a couple of times, And they find the end zone in this one. 10 seconds stopped on the clock right now. It's 27-9, extra point still on the way.
That was a quick hitch. Him and the quarterback had great timing on that play. Once he caught the ball, his yards after the catch was right on point.
Lopez on with the extra point. It is up and it is good. So Alvin cuts this deficit just a little bit. 27-10 is your score with 10 seconds left. End of the third quarter. You are listening to TexanLive.com, presented by Big Star Ford.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
Welcome back into TexanLive.com. Greg, you got some scores for us?
Morton Ranch High School is over Mayde Creek 21-20. It's in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left. You have the Dawson Eagles down 35-17 to Manville. Reagan is up 35-0 over Westbury High School. Montgomery is up 31-22 over Klein Forest, and Wheatley Wildcats are up 21-6 over Fur. That game is at halftime.
Kickoff back over here on this end. Pearland takes it inside about a yard deep in their own end zone and taking it out to the 20-yard line, around the 20-yard line anyway. So that's where they'll take over with 3 seconds left here in the third quarter. That's a big game over there, Dawson and Manville here in District 22 6A.
Special thanks to Great Frame Up. They're located in the
It's obviously going to set Manville and Pearland probably up for that final showdown at the end of the season. Just like last year, didn't disappoint. Manville ended up taking the game over Pearland with their quick start. Even though Pearland hung in there tough this season, it looks like it's going to be another nail-biter between the two.
And Dawson is trying to rebound from a heartbreaking loss last week to Pearland. So they would definitely love to have this game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Dawson, of course, their two toughest games back-to-back. Back to this game over here. Blumrick going around the corner trying to get some yardage. Gets close to a first down.
On the carry.
That play started out with initially some good blocking by the offensive line. They actually sealed off a few Alvin defenders. But Alvin's team speed, they showed some real good team speed right there in their pursuit to the football.
That will take us to the end of the third quarter here at the rig in Pearland, Texas.
Coming up,
it is 27-10 in favor of the Oilers over the Yellow Jackets. You are listening to TexanLive.com, presented by Big Star Ford.